Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one horror podcast, formerly on Pornhub. Getting off, I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-host this evening. She's the host. I'm the co-host. This is all just a formality. She is host of the She Lead Showcase, Inside the Mind of In the Crowd, the Katie Horror Showcase on Getting Off, and story time with Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
That's me.
How's it going, Katie?
Well, it's fine.
Yeah, you watched a movie.
I did watch a movie.
We won't get into how you feel about it. I have one question. Does the theory still hold true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sequels are just better. I don't know, man.
It's not that sequels are better. It's just that when I tell you the sequel is better, I'm not lying to you. That's all it is.
No. It's not how that works.
What do you mean? Every time that we've done a Katie Horror Showcase, and I've had you watch the original, and you've been like, been like, trust me, watch the sequel. The sequel is better. And every single time you've enjoyed the sequel more than the original.
That's not because you said I was going to like it more. I just happen to like it more.
I feel like at this point I know your taste.
I mean, probably.
We share a similar taste. So, like, if I think it's better, I'm pretty sure you will also think it's better.
Yeah, but then you like shit that I don't like.
Like what?
I don't know.
Go ahead, say zombie strippers, because we all know why I like zombie strippers, and it's not because it's a good fucking movie.
It's because titties. I know.
Because fighting strippers. Stripper zombie dance battle. And titties. Yes, that is it.
I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know if we talked about this on the show. We might have. Hostel. I still am iffy about watching it.
You are iffy about. We did also say we were going to put that on the shit Katie needs to watch list, or shit Matt made Katie watch list. You're iffy about it, but here's the thing: it's not something that I said is good that you watch and you're like, no, I don't like that. You've just heard a lot of shit and seen some shit about Hostel, and you're iffy on it. I honestly don't think it's that bad, and I think you'll be all right because I know what you have watched. So, like, I don't think it's going to be as bad for you as it was when it came out.
I mean, I guess we'll find out.
We will find out.
Mm-hmm.
Before we find out, though, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are watching us live right here at youtube.com/graciousworld, where if you like, subscribe, and comment, Katie, what does that do?
It boosts the algorithm and helps find the new listeners.
That is correct. And why is that important, Katie?
Because you're a whore.
You wouldn't know you wouldn't know it looking at my face right now because I fucked up my beard and had to shave it. And then I decided, hey, why don't I take off the mustache? And that was also a terrible idea. Bad decisions were made this morning. But I am a whore. Mostly an attention whore, for your likes, for your comments, for your views, for your consideration, which is why we do all this stuff. So, like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a stepmother, stepfather, cousin, aunt, uncle, all about me. Let me get in them like I am in you, because if I entertain you, I will entertain them. And I also want to see you flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live, whether it is every Thursday for the Creation Conversation. I'm not going to give you times anymore. If you like and you subscribe, you get notified when we go live, because sometimes the times change. Things may be changing drastically here in the near future. So there's no point in plugging times. But every Thursday for the Creation Conversation, every Saturday night, currently for Smack and Raw, and every other Sunday, including right motherfucking now for Getting Off. This is the Katie Horror Showcase 6, which means after I tell you about twitch.tv/creationworld, where if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you have Prime Gaming, you bring those two together, Fusion Ha, Touch Tips, Scissor, however you want to do it, bring them together, you get a free sub. It costs you absolutely nothing. You're already paying for Amazon Prime. It comes with your Prime subscription. You then give me that sub. I mean, you don't have to give me that sub. You should give it to your favorite Twitch streamer, which should be me. But if it's not me, it could be Katie. It could be Rivet City Radio, who is not here tonight. I'm looking at you, Will. Rude. Still love them though. You should go like and subscribe. There's a bunch of content over there. If this is not your bag, that might be. I think that's it. I think that's the plugs.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
All right, boss, you're in charge. What are we doing?
That's me. We're talking about stuff. Can you believe we're actually gonna talk about stuff? Horror related things. Okay. Which one did I mark as okay. So, thoughts on found footage films?
Hit or miss?
Thoughts on YouTube shorts being considered horror movies? So it's like 60 minutes.
Pass.
Well, this is a found footage uh, horror movie, basically. It is 60 minutes. It is on YouTube. You can watch the full thing on YouTube. I don't have a trailer up. We're not watching it because they have the full thing on their YouTube channel. It's just a YouTube channel called That's a Bad Idea. It's two guys, Corey Barker and Cooper Tomlinson. It got half, yes.
To be fair, YouTube Shorts considered a horror movie. That's a bad idea. I agree. So like they named their channel correctly.
Well, it's not really a YouTube short is technically considered like something that's less than 20 minutes.
So it's not even
It's
really.
just,
It's
it's
just
just
like
a YouTube video, basically. It's basically like an episode. It's just like a podcast, except it's a movie.
okay. Okay.
Uh, it
Uh,
it came
what?
out 2 weeks ago. It got 500,000 views.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say half a star.
It got half a star. No, it's called Milk and Cereal, but like serial killer.
Okay.
The synopsis that I found because I took a picture of it. It follows a well-known social media comedy team played by the two YouTubers who created the channel, whose lives are thrown into a tailspin following a birthday prank intended for their channel. And then it like just goes on to talk about the other people who are in it and stuff like that. They've also made a horror. I don't know if it was a movie or a short called The Chair that
Okay.
did very well, and they're making another horror related thing called The Obsession.
Okay. So, um, I'm not big on quote unquote shorts, as is, and as you said, this doesn't theoretically qualify as a short, depending on how you look at
Yeah.
it. Also, there are a shit ton of like fan made films that everyone's like, oh, have you seen, this and that, but what that are non canon to like actual franchises that are supposed to be really good, but like
Yeah.
because they're non canon, I don't check them out just because that's who I am. Like, not knocking anyone that enjoys that stuff. It's cool. It's just not how I like to consume my content. And also, when I consume content on YouTube, I generally prefer it to be informational and not entertainment for whatever reason. I tried. Remember when Shotzi and Scarlett did that fucking haunting show
Yeah.
and it was on YouTube? And every 30 seconds they played fucking 3 minutes of fucking commercials in the middle of them trying to investigate shit. Like, that's why I don't watch shit on YouTube anymore. That's why I can't enjoy hour-long videos on YouTube, because every 3 minutes they're dropping a fucking ad in the middle of my fucking video.
Because I gotta make money.
And I'm not gonna fucking pay for it. They make money hand over fucking fist. They didn't know. It's fucking YouTube.
I'm just saying. There's things involved in doing it. But yeah, I've watched some spooky things on YouTube. Maybe if I get bored, I'll check this out. I like spooky stuff on YouTube. Whether I'm actually watching it or it's just background noise.
It's so weird too, because like podcasts, things like that, I have no problem consuming on YouTube. Like sitting down and like watching something. I had to watch the only way. So Zoe recently kind of sort of got into Power Rangers through like this weird show that she watches that I'm not even gonna get into. So like I was like, hey, let's watch the Power Rangers movie that Daddy grew up with, and like the only way we could watch it was on YouTube. It's not available on any streaming sites, and it's just weird watching movies and shit on YouTube to me. Like to me, that's not what YouTube is for. I don't know why I feel that way. I'm weird about YouTube. And I stream like everything else. And that's all YouTube is streaming, but like it doesn't feel like Netflix or everything else. I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. It's a me thing. It's a me thing.
It's 100% a you thing because I have watched a few movies on YouTube. I think the last one I watched was when we did Candyman. So I watched the Candyman, like the remake, sequel, whatever you call it. I watched that on YouTube.
Had I not hooked you up at that point? Because I own all those.
I don't think you did.
Oh, okay.
This was a while ago. This wasn't even. That wasn't even.
We
on
have been
channel.
doing this a minute.
That was on Reek's channel still. So.
Oh yeah, Reek did have a channel.
I mean, he still does have a channel. It's just not.
No. Every fucking episode of Young Kings Wrestling, Reek says, "Coming soon. Havoc Hour's coming back. I got some," and I have not seen a new Havoc Hour video in like 7 years.
It's not been 7 years.
It's been like 7 years. It feels like 7 years.
It's been probably 3.
Feels like 7.
Probably been 3.
My wife, listen, I have this conversation with my wife all the time. It's 3. It feels like 7. That's all that matters, is what it feels like, not how much it actually is.
I can't stand you. Do you know that? Are you aware?
Okay. You still show up every other week?
Well, yeah, because I don't have to talk about wrestling for once. So,
and you show up every week for that too. So,
yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
By the way, after I do my own fucking show.
You can't hate me and then still show up every week. That's all I'm saying.
I just like the podcast. It gives me serotonin.
You like podcasting with me.
Debatable. I just leave. Yeah, that's
I mean, I have all your trailers. It's just gonna make the whole rest of the show really short.
Yeah. Speaking of, I need you to pull up the first trailer for me, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good transition. Good transition. Good answer. Good answer. Nope, not that one.
That's the first one. Oh no, I did them backwards. My bad.
Let's see, this is why I double checked. Did you change it?
What?
Did you change it?
Did I change what?
The trailer?
Yeah. Is it not playing?
Nothing was playing on the screen.
Oh, hold on.
I'm Matt's IT guy, so.
Dude, I never stopped sharing. I just okay.
It's because it was a different. Isn't it a different tab?
Listen.
There we go.
I came here for one reason. To make something.
I was just watching the trailer without you guys. Fuck you guys.
To be on stage.
I've already watched it, but
my name in big lights.
This was for me. This wasn't.
Dreams don't always come true.
Oh. Like entertainment
when
tonight.
We found you.
Yeah, that ET.
You lost, honey?
Not extraterrestrial.
You were kind of a mess.
We want to help.
The place is yours if you want it.
Terry, you don't even know these people. Look, moving into my own place feels like a first step. I think this belonged to your old tenant.
She skipped out of here like Cinderella at midnight.
Without her shoes? Haha.
Show me. Again.
Being on stage isn't worth this.
What's the hold up, dear?
Can you just leave, please?
Maybe I shouldn't have bought every single thing
handed to you on a silver platter.
There's something wrong with these people.
No shit.
I think something happened to the girl who lived here before me.
They did ungodly things to her. And now they've chosen you.
What do you mean? I need to know what's happening to me.
Technically, it's like the most holy thing you can do.
We're to give you everything.
Your name up in big lights.
This is so much bigger than me, and I can't run from it.
This is a role you were born to play. Baby's here to stay.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
not 100% sold on that. It feels a lot like the Suspiria remake a little bit with Dakota Fanning. And she kind of, or not Dakota Fanning, Dakota Johnson. And she kind of reminds me of Dakota Johnson. So that might be why I like the ballet plus Dakota Johnson. You know who Dakota Johnson is, though, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so yes, she looked like Dakota Johnson a little bit, no?
A little bit.
Yeah. And then the dancing. So maybe that's why Suspiria is in my head. But also, based on what I just saw, very much feels like this is another movie where the Antichrist is being born through some weird cult bullshit. And I just watched Immaculate and The First Omen. So, like, we do get in horror trends, and it seems like the birth of the Antichrist is a horror trend currently very large.
So, I'm going to read you the description of the movie, or the synopsis of the movie, and then I'm going to tell you what it is. Because, like, obviously, the movie is called Apartment 7A.
No. I thought it was 7A Productions. So.
I hate you so much. Okay. I hate you.
I'm just trying to cheer myself up. It was a rough day.
I understand.
My face is naked. It's weird. I'm not happy.
It's going to be okay, bud. It'll be okay, bud.
It'll grow back, I know. Hopefully. I mean, I said that about my hair once, too, and that never happened.
Well, can't always get what you want. Anyways, the plot synopsis. A young dancer dreams of fame and fortune in New York City, but after suffering a devastating injury, an older, wealthy couple welcomes her into their home in the luxury apartment building, the Bramford. When fellow resident and influential Broadway producers offer her another chance at fame, it seems that all her dreams are finally coming true. However, after an evening she can't fully remember, disturbing circumstances soon have her second-guessing the sacrifices she's willing to make for her career, as she realizes that something evil is not only living in apartment 7A, but in the Bramford itself. This
and her womb
is a prequel to Rosemary's Baby.
So Antichrist, yes.
So Antichrist.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby prequel, interesting.
I think that's why they, like, when she's cutting her hair, like, when the old lady's cutting her hair, like, it's kind of giving, was that Mia Farrow, Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the vibe.
Okay.
So
we did an Omen prequel. We did Rosemary's. So again, Rosemary's Baby is one of those horror classics that everyone talked. I'm not a huge fan of Rosemary's Baby. Like, I understand like the significance. So it's one of those movies where, like, we're wrestling fans, right? And everyone talks about, oh, like the significance of so and so into wrestling. And I'm not talking about Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Like actual people that are somewhat decent from back in the day. Like let's say a Bruno. Like everyone talks about, like, oh, the significance of Bruno and what Bruno did for pro wrestling, right? Huh?
I said we don't talk about Bruno.
No, we don't talk about Brahms. This is the wrong show.
How dare you?
But I'm never going to go back and watch a Bruno Sammartino match. Now, I have seen Rosemary's Baby at least once. I've probably seen a Bruno match too, but it's not like something I go back and I'm like, this is like, it's not for me. Like, it was cool. I watched it. It was one of those things that you check off your horror. Yes, I've seen, but like, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this.
Okay.
It's on Paramount. I can watch it for free, so that is a plus.
A Paramount Plus. You set me up for it.
I did. That was on me.
That was on you. Come on now.
That was on me.
Shit. Well, since we're talking about prequels and things being based off of other things, Poltergeist TV series. Now, I have a little bit of things about it. Not much, because they're very hush-hush about everything right now. I also can't even read my writing anymore, god damn it. Amazon MGM Studios. It's based on / inspired by the 1982 film. What name is that supposed to be? That sucks. Who is this? Oh, that's another thing. So, one of the people from Fear the Walking Dead and Robbie Thomas from Supernatural are on board as the writers, showrunners, and executive producers. But, like, that's literally all the information that they have. Like, they didn't say, like, what all it's going to be, how long it's going to be. That they're very, like, in the early stages of this. So it could be good.
I know
how you feel about Poltergeist stuff.
Well, how I feel about the remake, the Poltergeist remake, specifically. And if they go that route, we're gonna have fucking problem. Like, just do the fucking movie. You can update, like, okay, now we have cell phones. Like, you can update things in the movie and still do that movie. Like, she talks to ghosts in a fucking flat screen TV, you know, in 4K. Cool. Like, you can do that, right? But, like, just do the fucking movie the way the movie was done. Don't go making things weird and changing shit. Just give me fucking Poltergeist and make it cool.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing. Anyway.
But also with Poltergeist, the original house is up for sale for the first time in 45 years in California. It is a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,337 square feet for a lot of fucking money.
How much is a lot?
What do you think this house is going for?
$3 million.
Lower than $3 million. Well, no, higher.
$1 million. Higher than $3 million.
No, I lied. Lower.
$1 million.
$1 million with some stuff attached to it. So it's
$1,369.77.
Not 69. How dare you? No, it's $1,174,999.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that mortgage.
No. And also, would you want to live in California?
Yeah. Why not?
Earthquakes?
Honestly, I'd rather take earthquakes than fucking snow. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's crazy.
I hate the snow that much.
I've experienced an earthquake. It was weird. It was weird.
Okay, I can't say that. I've never been in an earthquake to be like, I'd rather have an earthquake, but like, I know I want to get away from the snow.
You don't know. You weren't there, man.
Yeah, no.
I was just in my Airbnb just trying to get my fucking video uploaded. Fucking Philadelphia. Anyways, trailer number 2, please. Well, it's a teaser trailer, not a full trailer. It's a teaser.
Oh.
That's Teacup.
I mean, that was just a bunch of random flashes of scenes from something called Teacup, which is a series on Peacock.
Yes, it will be a TV series starting October 10th. The first 2 episodes will debut, release, whatever, on October 10th, and then 2 episodes every week through Halloween.
Okay.
So this is inspired by the novel Stinger by Robert McCammon. James Wan is an executive producer for it.
That was the only comment I made during that 30 seconds.
So that's a thing.
Is it Yvonne Stravosky? Is it?
Who?
The blonde woman in the beginning of the trailer.
Oh, that I don't know. I don't have a picture of who's in it.
Well, I'm going to look that up while you're telling me the plot synopsis or whatever notes you have.
The plot synopsis. Okay. Well, this is just like an overall thing. A disparate group of people in rural Georgia must come together in the face of a mysterious threat in order to survive in Teacup. And then it just like goes on to say the teaser, which still gives nothing away in terms of horror, threat, and then like just on Bloody Disgusting, they go into pictures from the show stuff, characters. But it just, I mean, there's like that gas mask guy. He looks creepy. He's probably a threat. What is he? I don't know. I guess we're all gonna have to watch Teacup. Well, no, see, Thursdays are she leads, so I don't know if I'll actually watch on Thursday, but like, I'll check it out.
You got plenty of time after She Leads Showcase to watch the show.
Yeah, but do I?
I have nothing going on Thursdays now because TNA said fuck you and took away my 99-cent subscription. So, like, I'm free.
Yeah, well, you're free.
Yvonne Strahovski. Yes. I know my pretty faces. She was in Dexter.
Oh, okay. My sister loved Dexter.
Your sister's got good taste.
She does. She's a good lady. I love my sister. Yeah. Thoughts on the teaser trailer? Because again, just teaser. Suspenseful music, crazy images.
I don't know anything about Stinger, so I don't know what this is about. It was giving me the crazy vibes. The crazies?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of crazies vibes.
I mean, group of people in Georgia. So
is that just what we do now? Is we just sing random lines from songs?
Yeah, that's all that's in my brain is music. Yeah. Crazy. Weird, I know. Okay. So we talked about Rosemary's Baby prequel.
Did we?
Poltergeist TV series.
We did. Still very skeptical on both.
Well, I have given an update about this twice. Crystal Lake. A24. They got a new showrunner. What the fuck is this guy's name? Caleb Kane. He's doing the new It TV series, Welcome to Derry on Max. That's coming out this year. He's now the series creator. He's the showrunner, writer, and executive producer. That means they actually have someone who wants to do all of this stuff for the show. So we have to have a little bit of faith that it'll actually get made. You know? Like, we have to... Like, Blade is never going to get made. That's a given. Because that's been sitting for 5 years and they're not doing anything with that. This is gonna get made.
He wrote something for Freddy vs. Jason.
Would you look up his credentials?
I did. So here's the thing. I'm excited for Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
I am. He's an executive producer on that. I want to see this. It's Like that dude who was like, I was watching the porno and the girls never came. Like Crystal Lake is never coming. Like I feel like it's never going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Keep saying we're going to give it to you, and then we had problems. And then we're going to give it to you, and then we had problems. And then we're going to give it to you, and then we had problems. And it's like, dude, take some fucking Viagra and let's get this job done. I can't deal with fucking executive producer production ED. All right.
Okay. I hear you. I see you.
That you've given me, and it's every time it's coming in a new way. And
it was like the first time it was gonna happen, and then the second time I did this there, I was like, haha, just kidding, they took it away from you, and now it's back. So maybe in 2 months I'll be like, haha, just kidding, it's actually dead in the water again, like Jason was in the first movie. See what I did there? Yeah.
I did. Caleb Kane also was the voice of Aladdin in Aladdin Nasir's Revenge.
What?
He was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He was the voice of Aladdin in Disney sing-along songs.
Okay.
A lot of Aladdin. He voiced Aladdin a lot in so Aladdin and King of Thieves, Aladdin on Ice, Aladdin Activity Center, The Return of Jafar, and Aladdin. So he's the voice of Aladdin. He is just fucking Aladdin.
He's the voice of Aladdin, except in the first movie.
No, in the first movie, 1992, Aladdin. He is Aladdin.
What?
Yes.
No, I thought that was the dude from Full House. The DJ's boyfriend. The fuck's his name? Hold on.
Maybe they're the same person. He also played Buzz Collins in Law and Order. But yeah, no, I'm sitting here and it says Aladdin, 1992. Aladdin is in his filmography. He was Aladdin. He was Aladdin in Return of Jafar. He was Aladdin in King of Thieves. He's fucking Aladdin.
No, Scott Winger, who played Steve, is the voice of Aladdin in the Aladdin, The Return of Jafar, and Aladdin.
How is he Aladdin?
I don't know.
unless he produced Aladdin. Hold on, let's look at that.
Let's
producers. Ron Clements, Don West, John Musker. No. But it said Aladdin. It didn't say executive producer Aladdin. You know what I'm saying? It said Aladdin.
It said Aladdin. But he wasn't though. I'm just confused. Because I knew it was Scott Winger. I don't know what to say. It's Steve from Full House.
Singing voice, uncredited, Brad Kane.
There we go. So he's the singing voice of Aladdin.
Which is the most important voice.
I'm not saying it's not.
All about so he is Aladdin.
They're both Aladdin.
Fair, but he's the one that sings. And what does everyone remember about Disney movies? It's the songs.
Riff raff, street rat. Oh, I love Aladdin.
Yeah. Look at that. Again, back on our Disney bullshit.
We love Disney.
The boy, Encanto is the boy, and the director of Crystal Lake is Aladdin. Aladdin directing, executive producing, directing, writing, all things Crystal Lake.
Series creator, showrunner, writer, executive producer.
Exactly.
All of the things. Okay. So this last thing I did for you.
You did it for yourself too, because I've seen bits and pieces of this, and it's gonna be good, Katie.
So
did you watch it?
No, I have more. Good. We're not doing the trailer yet. I have things to talk about before the trailer. So, the Pooniverse, as it has been dubbed, not by me, by
I even just love that, the Pooniverse. That's a universe I want to live in.
That's terrible. So obviously we had Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and then is that the second one also Blood and Honey? Okay, yeah. So we had Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 bars. But
Bambi's
then
Revenge.
they said, no, guys, we're not done. First is going to be Pinocchio, Unstrung, because whatever. It's going to start filming in October. There is no synopsis for it yet, but they're going to be doing practical effects, and they're going to have a puppet, very much Chucky-esque.
So I feel like it can't be first if we already have filming for a trailer for this movie. So this movie's already shot.
Well, I mean, this is just how it was like released on Bloody Disgusting of what they were doing.
Okay.
So stay with me, folks. So Pinocchio Unstrung, puppet, real puppet. They want to use a lot of practical effects for the movie,
Which is good because I mean, that movie was creepy as fuck anyway. So like making a horror movie makes sense. And it's reverse Disney. Disney is taking horror movies and making them Disney movies, and horror movies are taking Disney movies and making them horror movies. Like, it's all the same shit.
A hot take, I hate Pinocchio.
That's not a hot take. It's not a fun movie.
It's terrible. When he gets turned into a donkey on that fucking island, traumatized. I shouldn't have been watching. Who let me watch it as a child?
I kind of hope he gets turned into a donkey in this movie too, and then just
That's
like donkey kicks some motherfuckers. Donkey kicks them. Maybe a donkey punch.
That would be fun. But then we have Bambi, the Reckoning.
Yeah, of course.
Because why not?
They killed Bambi's mom. Is Bambi not supposed to, come back and be like, "Fuck you, bitches," for shooting my mom? He was just supposed to be. Hold on. Bambi was just supposed to be like, "Yeah, you shot my mom. It's cool. I'm gonna go hang out with some rabbits and shit." Like, no. Go get revenge.
A child.
And then he grew the fuck up.
But this has been described as a Cujo meets Jurassic Park because that's a normal combination of fucking things to happen. Sure. There is a little synopsis for this one, though. After a mother and... I'm not even kidding. That's what it fucking said on the website. After a mother and son get in a car wreck, they soon become hunted by Bambi, a mutated, grief-stricken deer, on a deadly rampage seeking revenge for the death of his mother.
Fuck yeah.
Why you gotta be mutated, though?
Well, because otherwise they could just shoot him like they shot his mom. He needs an advantage. He needs something.
That's wild. But then, we're not going to do this really yet. Because, so Winnie the Pooh and all his fucking friends, Pinocchio.
Two Poohs in the Pooniverse. Which, by the way, Pooniverse, even though it's not Poon, but it's Poona, you say it and I think The Rock.
Well, I can't help that. I didn't choose this.
I feel like he named this.
He did not. I guarantee Dwayne has no say in anything involved.
I listen, opening night of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Pooniverse Pie.
So Winnie the Pooh and all his fucking friends, Pinocchio, Bambi, Peter Pan, which we will get to, and Sleeping Beauty and the Mad Hatter, who I don't think are getting their actual movies or their own movies, but they will be a part of this. They're all going to come together in one giant Pooh-niverse movie. Monsters Assemble.
You know what this is, right?
This is stupid.
This is 2020 Sharknado.
Brother. Come on.
But better, to be fair. But better.
Sharknado. I used to put those on at work just to pass the time.
See, Sharknado was extremely bad on purpose and had really shitty CGI. At least here, they are trying to make the movies gory. Like, the premises are, of course, all ridiculous and stupid, and these are not they might get better because the more movies they do, the more money they make.
Each one is a bigger budget, yeah.
Exactly. So they may and probably will get better. Until we start seeing like actual actors and actresses in this shit, though, like it's still what it is. But budgets get bigger, practical effects, making the kills cool, not CGI sharks flying and biting people in half. And fucking Sharknado had a shit ton of cameos of famous people. If Sharknado can have famous people, the fucking Pooniverse can have famous people. God damn it. Get on this train, Hollywood.
The Pooniverse train?
Yeah. Let's make Jennifer Tilly Sleeping Beauty.
No, because she has to be working on Chucky, because I want a new Chucky.
She can do two things at once.
I mean, she can.
She was dating Redman and getting knocked up by Chucky at the same time.
That's wild. Anyways,
twins.
Play that Peter Pan trailer.
I want you to
go
into the no. I just want you to go into this not already hating this movie. Just watch the trailer and see how you feel about it. Because I watched a little bit of this trailer with Kate, and Kate was watching with me, and she's like, "Yeah, no, Peter Pan has always been a villain, and this makes complete and total sense."
I have a book. Where I don't know where it is on my book. My book is, but it's called like it's about Peter Pan being evil. It's like I get it.
Wakey, wakey. Peekaboo.
How did you get down there?
I'm Peter. It's nice to meet you. You went missing. What do you remember?
He's close to Neverland, and he must act now to take the children with him.
It's time to collect.
Oi, freak! You gonna pay for that?
Oh, I'm Peter. Do you know what I have?
Don't worry about Michael. I'm gonna take him to Neverland.
So if you need a hand.
Wow.
Who wants to come to Neverland with me?
You sound like that.
It's my duty to send the kids to Neverland and protect them from this world.
In a place where you can be a little boy for the rest of your existence.
All right, come on, baby. Come on.
No.
Why?
No.
You can't tell me, as a horror movie, biased of Winnie the Pooh, Blood Money aside, like that doesn't look like a really good movie.
Oh no.
Like that looks like a great fucking horror movie.
So, anyways, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. This is the plot. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare follows Wendy Darling as she strikes out in an attempt to rescue her brother Michael from the clutches of the evil Peter Pan. Along the way, she meets Tinkerbell, who in this twisted version of the story has been seen taking heroin, convinced it's pixie dust. So, yeah, we're doing it, I guess.
Are we doing it?
No, I don't.
Like we? Like
no.
Shit Matt made Katie watch?
Peter Hell Pan's no. No, I'm vetoing that. I don't veto much. No. I don't want it. I don't want it. No.
The fact that Tinkerbell is on heroin just adds to it.
Of course, because why the fuck not? You know. Where's Captain Hook? What's Captain Hook doing? Captain Hook
comes in the end to save the day.
You know, fingers crossed.
You'll never know because you're not going to watch it, but I'll tell you.
I know you will because you told me about Winnie the Pooh,
which wasn't terrible.
I don't want to watch.
It's just the one person who I wanted to see topless was the one person that didn't get topless, and that was fucking rude.
Well, I don't make them. Did you see the second one?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
But I will. It's one of those cool like things where like Kate's like, I'm not watching that because again, she's like you. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll watch it by myself. And I think she came in and caught glimpses of it, and she's like, yeah, no, this is not for me. She did seem intrigued by the Peter Pan movie, though. I'm not gonna tell her that it's the Pooniverse. That it's just I'm just gonna be like, it's a Peter Pan movie. They made a Peter Pan horror movie.
Yeah, and then fucking Winnie the Pooh's gonna show up in the last 5 minutes. She's gonna be like, what the fuck, Matt? Matt.
Welcome to the Pooniverse. Strap in. We got 2 more movies to watch now. Get you caught up.
To the Pooniverse. I hate it so much. Why?
I'm in on that one. Like of the 3 trailers you showed me, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare was the one that I'm most intrigued by.
That's actually fucking ridiculous.
To be fair, Teacup was just a teaser, and the only thing that I saw that I was like, oh, it was Yvonne. So like, okay, cool. I have no idea what the premise of Teacup is, and neither do you. So like, hard to get me hooked on something that just randomly flashed some shit, and we're just like, kinda, but we don't really know what's going on. Based on a book I never read.
I'm just saying. I just find things.
And I maybe I'll wait till 2025. I've kind of had my fill of watching girls give birth to the Antichrist this year. I've seen it happen enough. I don't know. So again, you know what I haven't seen a lot of though? Peter Pan kidnapping children.
Winnie the Pooh probably also kidnaps children. I mean, seeing as how they're all going to come together and try and take over the world in Pooniverse Monsters Assemble in 2025.
I'm just so curious as to how that's going to fucking go down. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I am legit like, what?
Well, now
what
you have to do your Pooniverse research.
Who stops them? I didn't get my horrorverse. I'm getting the fucking Pooniverse, all right? It's consolation.
Maybe it'll be the villains in the other movies.
The villains?
Like Captain Hook or
Christopher Robin? Are we calling Christopher? I mean, theoretically, Christopher Robin is the reason Pooh was the way that he was because he just abandoned him and was a shitty friend. So, like,
okay,
theoretically, the villain.
Yeah,
came back all these years later with like a girlfriend. He's like, "Hey, Pooh, I know I left you here to fend for yourself and figure shit out, but like, hey, I'm getting pussy now. Wanted to introduce you."
And then Pooh said, "Rawr," and
yeah, no, they got big and beefy and angry.
Yeah, that happened. That was it. I thought I'd end on a high for you.
That was the high end. That really was. It was a heroin high. But
how dare you?
I'm not Tinkerbell. I wouldn't know what that's like.
I wouldn't either.
So I guess that means it's time. It's time. It's game time. Who? Matt. I am Matt. Shit, Matt made Katie watch.
Mm-hmm.
Pet Sematary 2. Now you watched the first Pet Sematary.
I did.
Heard what happened in the Pet Sematary remake, and even though you didn't love the first Pet Sematary, you did not seem fond of the changes made in the remake.
Well, yeah, because Baby Gage is the best part of Pet Sematary, and you said there was no Baby Gage.
You took it away. Pet Sematary 2, Katie. What do you think?
Better than the first.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad.
Did you enjoy yourself?
You could tell it was made in the 90s.
Yeah.
Specifically because of the grunge music that was playing constantly throughout the whole movie.
Which is not a bad thing.
I have it as a swallow. I'm just stating a fact.
Did you enjoy this more than Children of the Corn 4?
I've watched a lot of stuff.
Naomi Watts.
Oh yeah, it was that one. I think I liked this a little more.
What about Better Than Night of the Demons 2?
I still think I like Night of the Demons 2. I think this is definitely a close second.
Okay. All right. Give me swallows. Or no, let's go spits. Give me your spits first. What didn't you like about the movie?
I had Clancy Brown as a gargle.
Really?
Because, I was all about him at first, and then I was like, oh, he's actually a piece of shit. No, thank you. And then he was really just weird. The vibes were weird when he became undead, and I didn't like it. It was...
See, for me, he was one of the best parts of the movie because he is like a villain that you really hate and is also fucking terrifying.
Mr. Krabs is crazy.
Yes.
Which, like, can you believe that's Mr. Krabs?
I can. He's in a lot of shit. He's done a lot of shit. And to me, I see that man and I hear Mr. Krabs and I know that that's him. And I think this because I had this before I had SpongeBob.
Well, yeah, this came out 7 years before SpongeBob did.
No, I thought as a villain and like you said, he kind of seems okay in the beginning. He rushes the people away during the mom's funeral. And then you get like one kind of off color comment about like, hey, I used to date your mom, after his mom died, blah, blah, blah. And then it just slowly unveils himself to be a giant, terrible person who then dies and comes back. And is so what I liked about this movie versus Pet Sematary is like, these people came back somewhat like they had a personality,
which threw me off because I was so used to them coming back and
just being
not
murder.
Yeah, because like he has like his fucking neck wound, but he like comes back and tries to patch said neck wound. Also, I don't like the fact that he basically sexually assaulted his girlfriend or wife or whatever she is.
Yeah. Again, adds to him being the asshole. There's some weird sex stuff in this. We'll talk about that.
A lot of weird sex stuff, and I don't like it. So that's why he's a gargle, because I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't even.
I listen. I appreciate that, Emery.
But besides all that, I'm spitting the fact that, like, I get it. Renee was a celebrity, but the paparazzi swarming the funeral, wild, egregious.
90s,
but terrible. Like trying to get close-ups of Jeff putting like roses on her grave and shit. That's fucked. Like, stop it. You sick fucks. It's like TMZ. Man.
Yeah.
Don't like
Getting 911 calls and releasing them and shit.
Or, reporting that Kobe Bryant died before his wife even knew.
Yeah.
Like, TMZ sucks. And they don't respect people's privacy. After they release a said 911 phone call, after said person said, don't release anything because I want my privacy. Weird. They suck. What's that little fucking teenage kid's name? Clive?
Clyde.
That was close. No, he might have actually been the worst character. I hate little teenage punks just in general, but like that was a teenage little shitbag who deserved to die. Not the way he did, because that was kind of ago. But like a tired,
and then came back way worse.
Yeah, how the fuck did that happen?
What do you mean?
Like he looked way worse after he died than when he died. Like Gus still looked the same.
Well, Gus only got bit in the neck and then buried. You saw, so when Gus was killing him, Gus had the motorbike and his fucking scarf got caught and it pulled he pulled his face in the tire and then like blood splattered. So like we didn't really see what his fucked up face looked like after it got sucked into the tire and fucked up. Gus just dragged him off, buried him, brought him back as a little surprise, which was kind of fucked up because you were working with Jeff and then you brought back his evil enemy to fight anyway.
Yeah, Gus was just creating an undead army, which weird.
But okay, so for me, that's why I love this movie is because like Clyde and Clancy Brown, Gus, fucking terrible, like hateable, but also like really good, scary fucking villains. Like I don't. Baby Gage was great because, but like not really. That's my problem with the original Pet Sematary. Like, there's nothing that. Yes, I remember Baby Gage, but like, there's no real villain in it to like really grip me and like. But like the personality of Gus, Clyde being an asshole, being a teenager or not even a teenager, I was 10 in 97. So, but like being a kid, at the time this came out, like bullies and all of that, like I resonated with this a little bit. So like I don't know. I just maybe it was because I grew up in the 90s and it had that 90s feel and I watched it when it came out in the 90s. Like
maybe possible. Yeah, just I don't know. I had these as like they kind of just floated in between where I had my Spits and Swallows because I didn't necessarily know what to do with them. So like Renee being the new Pax Cow, basically. Kind of though, right? Like,
I mean, Renee,
but like
didn't really. She didn't really like warn them not to go to the Pet Sematary and stay away from the Pet Sematary.
She was like the anti Pax Cow.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, because like he was like, "Don't do it."
So Renee's acting as an actress, like acting as an actress in that movie when she got like her acting for when she got electrocuted was terrible. Like that was on my spits. Like her acting was bad.
Yeah.
In the scene where she was acting, and then also in like her death, like the electrocution. Rewatching it now, I'm like, that was terrible acting. That was bad. Renee's not my favorite part of this movie.
Well, death, bad acting. Fourth death. But yeah, but like she's trying to convince them to rebury her in the burial ground so she can come back. Thus making her the anti Pax Cow.
Yeah.
Which I will never call him by his normal name. It's always Pax Cow because
of course. Ellie,
yeah. I was not expecting hold on. I had to write their names down. Amanda. I know that's the mom's name. And Derek. I might have got the son's name wrong.
I
don't know what his name is. I took a guess.
Drew.
I see. I knew it started with
Drew.
a D. I was so close.
Drew, buddy.
I was so close. I'm very proud of myself though, because I didn't write that down. I was not expecting them to die a la potato truck crash.
Which
I know. My family did that to them. It was crazy.
Yeah, you had a cameo. It was great.
I personally had a cameo in this movie.
They died via cater tots.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Because originally I was like, okay, so he's just like Gus is just gonna kill them and then bring them back too. Like I thought this man was gonna make a whole undead army.
No, see, at that point, Gus had already decided he was gonna fuck Jeff's dead mom. I think he tried Drew's mom, which, by the way, Drew's mom in general is big swallow for me.
She's beautiful.
Like, what did you need Jeff's mom for when you had that at home?
I don't know. Undeadness, I guess. I don't know. I also have beef with why the fuck did Jeff bring his kitten to school? Because what the fuck?
I agree.
Why?
I hear you. I also kind of
I'm
the
waiting
same
for the
thing.
butt.
Well, no, like, I guess the only justification I could give it is it's a new pet. His dad probably didn't have time to take care of it, so he brought it with him. But also, like, he's a new kid. He doesn't know anyone. He's lonely. Maybe it was like a comfort thing. Like, I at least have. But no, it was a stupid, terrible idea. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, because it led to him getting his shit rocked by Clyde.
He did hit Clyde first, though. Like, he did not back down. He threw that punch.
He did throw
it landed.
And he got his shit rocked.
Yeah, but I mean,
angsty little teen.
Good on him.
Jeff.
And also, you have to remember Jeff, right?
Yeah.
You've seen Jeff.
Stop. No, because he does look familiar. I didn't look at actors.
You don't know who that was? No, wait. Let me tell you. Don't look it up. Night of the Demons remake. The boyfriend selling drugs.
Wow. Wait, hold on. I gotta look at a picture now to see. I'm spelling all of this wrong. Let me try that again. Remake. Come on. What was the boyfriend's name?
It would have been easier to just go to Pet Sematary too.
Yeah. I'm already here, so...
You're looking for Edward Furlong.
See, and I knew that name sounded familiar too.
He's also in Terminator 2.
He's Colin in Night of the Demons remake.
Yes.
And never mind. I thought he was in something else. I saw a picture and I was like, oh, he's in this, but it's a different movie. What else has he been in? Anything I've seen? Maybe
Detroit Rock City, American History X, Terminator 2. Anything ringing a bell here?
No.
You've never seen American History X?
I think I've only seen part of it. I think I watched, I want to say it was in a history class in high school, but we weren't allowed to watch the full thing. So I never went to go watch the full thing because it was high school and I didn't care.
But yeah, the movie that you hated, he was one of the characters in the movie that you hated. But much better in this as a child, much better child actor.
Yeah, he got that menacing face to him as a child, especially an evil child towards the end. Ow. That was mainly the stuff that I didn't like and kind of just had floating because I didn't know where to put it.
All I really had was Stephen King is not the pastor at the funeral this time. So that's spit. They never did more to block the cemetery after the Creed murders that everyone knows about. Everyone is aware. They even drove, which was cool. They drove past the Creed's house to get to the cemetery with the cat chase scene. Loved that. Loved that the Creed, this is all continuity, right? But they're like, yeah. And then they didn't build the barricade up to the fucking Pet Sematary anymore.
No.
Put a fence up. I'm not pro wall, but maybe build a fucking wall.
I mean, especially when they literally talked about the murders that happened and everyone in the town knew about the murders. But no, yeah, let's not do anything about the Pet Sematary.
Also was not a fan of the weird sex dream that turned into Demon Zowie fighting off Jeff's dad.
Yeah, I was gonna write that down because I forgot, but yeah, I didn't like that. I was very confused.
And Jeff asks all the right questions about Zowie when Zowie comes back. He is very concerned. He is very not okay with this. He's like, I don't, and then immediately ignores all of the red flags to bring his mom back. Just says, fuck it. Because Gus came back kind of cool and was like eating mashed potatoes and showing people the mashed potatoes in his mouth and having a good time. I don't know.
Disgusting.
But that's really all I had for Spitz. What do you got for Swallows? Because I got a shit ton.
I
really like this movie.
The electrocution death in the beginning, because I was not expecting that to happen until they started doing the like Final Destination thing with like the water dropping and like all the wires and stuff and blah 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 blah. So I kind of knew it was coming, but it was cool to see, even though the death itself was very poorly acted. But, like her face was melted to it and shit. That was kind of gross. The fuck? Oh, I have referencing Creed murders from the first movie, which we already talked about that. Because that was cool to see them bring that back up. Because I didn't think it was, because I assumed this was just like a second movie. It didn't have anything to do with the first movie. So that was cool. I talked about the music. Very 90s, very grunge. It makes sense, especially for the movie that it is. I like it. I liked, even though Jeff brought the kitten to school, I did like the little kitten. It was cute.
Then the other kittens weren't.
No, that was so traumatizing. Because Zowie sucks. I should, because see, Drew knew about the fucking cemetery or the burial ground, and he still was like, "No, let's go bury Zowie there." No, this is Drew's fault. And then he paid the consequences, a la Potato Truck. So, we got a Jason costume, kind of, a little bit from Jeff
For the Halloween party.
For the Halloween party at the cemetery.
Which, like, why would you go to that with the bullies that have been beating you up? And
yeah, and then there was the weird dummy thing of his mom. Their obsession with his mother, holy shit. I get it. She's a celebrity and all, but you all need to relax. Like, the housekeeper was, like, wanting to touch all of her things, and
I'm pretty sure that Jeff's mom or Jeff's dad was fucking the housekeeper.
I don't. Well, maybe. Probably. But I don't know. Shout out to Jeff's dad. He's a real one. He actually, like...
So we did Smacking the Raw last night, and after we got off, you're like, I got 20 minutes left in the movie, and you were right where Jeff's dad shows up at Gus's house. And I told you, shit's about to get intense.
I do have the last 20 minutes. I wrote the last 20 minutes.
I told you it was worth staying up and watching.
I mean, Zowie bites Chase. Chase proceeds to shoot Zowie, killing him again. Then he goes in the house, and Gus is there, and Gus digging the drill into his already open wound on Chase. No. And like that. And then Chase actually is able to kill Gus, but then walks out of the house, walks back in, triple tap. He said, I gotta make sure this motherfucker's actually dead. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Big brain.
I really loved the line where he's like, I was building a doggy door.
Yeah, he was building the doggy door, and the dog is now dead.
And now the dog's dead, yeah.
And now the dog is dead. Like he is. He was already dead. Whatever. And then you get back to the house. the housekeeper, whose name I didn't even bother to write down because I forgot, she's dead because she goes up into the attic and sees sees that Jeff had all the stuff laid out for his mom when she came back. So she puts on the dress and is like putting on the makeup, and her hair is done exactly like Renee's was. And then she gets stabbed in the neck, the eye, something
with the glass. Like, I'd say temple.
glass. But when Chase goes up there and looks at her and like turns her body over, it looks like it's like right here.
Maybe.
But then like this part of her face is fucked up, so I didn't really know.
Maybe they shattered the glass and it cut her face and then stabbed her in the neck to off her.
Maybe. And then Chase finally gets up to the attic, and there's Renee, and then she just wants Jeff to go downstairs so her and Daddy can talk. No, it's weird. And then Clive comes back, and there's fire, there's an axe, another electrocution. Renee starts melting for some reason.
Well, so you got to remember she was electrocuted and she fell and her face stuck to the bars. Mm-hmm. So when they buried her, the mortician reconstructed that part of her face so that you didn't see that. So I'm assuming the reconstruction of her face was melting.
That makes more sense. Okay. But then she full on turns into like a skeleton at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just falls over.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. But no, those last 20 minutes, I understand what you were saying. That was probably the best part of the whole movie, was like that climax.
So what I have, first and foremost, Clancy Brown, Gus Gilbert, plays a perfect asshole. So Gus, as I said, first inappropriately mentions he used to date Jeff's mom after the funeral to Jeff. Like, hey, buddy, what do you think about the fact that I used to fuck your mom? Like, no, that's kind of weird. So weird. Also shoots his stepson's dog because he himself refuses to let the dog in the house and wants the dog outside, but doesn't want the dog killing his rabbits that he also keeps outside.
Literally.
And blames the dog and not his decisions. Because Drew's like, dude, I can just keep him in my room and everything. Nope, dog goes outside. Dog better not kill my rabbits. Beats the shit out of his stepson in the cemetery, and then Zowie eats his throat out. When he comes back, he's worse than ever because now he's gutting his own rabbits, like in front of everybody.
Yeah.
He does save Jeff from Clyde, though, and then kills Clyde. And then Drew sees him, and then he hunts him down. Potato, potato, potato.
Potato, potato, potato.
But that whole scene was also really intense, where, like, Drew gets home, and Gus is already in the house, and that whole thing, and now Zowie is, like, on evil Gus's side, because, like...
What is this dog's loyalty?
The dog's loyalty was to Drew because Drew brought him back until other evil spirit, and now like evil spirits hang together. So like,
I guess so.
You stay loyal. Something that we didn't talk about. So when they walked into Gus's house, which is all like fucked up and the lighting's all weird and colored and crazy 90s shit. Right as they walk in, there's a cross by the doorway that's upside down, and I thought that was a nice little touch. Upside down cross on Gus's House of Horrors, where Gus basically tells Chase, "I dug your wife up because I want to fuck her,"
which is gross.
And also the doggy door line. Clyde, another swallow, was giving ice from Hocus Pocus if he wasn't a clown.
This is ice. Yeah.
Right? Like a little bit?
Yeah.
That kind of bully vibe, but like Ice was kind of a clown. And this kid was not a clown. He was just a complete total asshole. Beats up Jeff, steals his cat, pranks him over his dead mom with the mannequin, tried to stick his face in the bike spokes. Clyde gets to come back even more evil, and it's only after he tries to kill Jeff while Jeff's mom is laughing. And tries to burn them all alive, that Jeff finally realizes, you know what? Maybe bringing mom back was a bad idea. Maybe I fucked up. Maybe I should just been okay with having one parent.
Literally, like,
Katie
and your one parent did fine. Yeah, fuck you.
Again, we talked about takes place in Ludlow, Maine. They drive past the Creed house to get to Pet Sematary. We talked about Drew's hot mom. Zowie. So, like, we had Church in the first one, which is like a cool name for a cat and everything. Like, Church wasn't terrifying. Zowie was fucking terrifying as the demon dog.
Yeah.
Like, Zowie was great. Zowie, even though the name is stupid, like, Zowie stuck with me growing up. And then, like I said, all the evils team up together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I really like this movie compared to the original Pet Sematary.
Yeah, like compared to the first one, this is good because it is taking what the first movie did and amplifying it and changing things about it, like a bigger animal that gets buried alive and more people being buried alive. No baby Gage, but
no baby Gage.
We'll allow it. And just like people knowing like that the Creed thing happened and the old veterinarian who's now a taxidermist.
That crow?
Terrifying.
Not being dead, just chilling there and then moving and freaking Chase the fuck out. But yeah, like
Medicine.
There was also, like you said, so Chase takes a sample of Zowie's blood and then they're like, yeah, no. The last veterinarian out there sent me the sample of Church's blood and it was the same thing. Why are you guys trying to fuck with me? And it's like, I'm not. So then they like go find him and he's like, yeah, no, like that dog is not alive. He's dead. You need to just get the fuck out of town. Like, just leave. Go. And he was crazy and creepy.
Yeah. Also, was he even actually in the first movie? Because I don't remember that guy at all.
I don't remember them taking Church to an actual vet in the first movie and talking with a vet. So,
also, why is it always got to be someone in the medical profession? Lewis was a doctor. Chase is a vet. What's going on here? Why is that the thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
4 kills, deaths. Jeff's mom gets electrocuted on set in front of Jeff, by the way, which, so like, I will give them that, right? Like, Jeff didn't bring back, like, Jeff personally didn't bring back somebody and see, like, oh my God, this is so fucked up and terrible and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, continue to bring people back. Like, he saw Zowie come back, and Zowie, from what Jeff saw, seemed all right. And then again, he saw Gus come back, and his interactions with Gus, like, Gus saved him from Clyde, and Gus was at the dinner table having fun, like, didn't seem bad. So, like, I can get behind Jeff being like, I'm gonna bring my mom back. Like, this seems to be working out for Drew. Why does Drew get all the fun? And he watched his mom die, so like, there's added trauma there. Like, you were literally on set watching it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Zowie gets shot by Gus.
Terrible.
Talk about that. Gus gets his jugular ripped out by Zowie because, you know,
karma.
You shot me, I bit you. Then Gus tears Clyde's face off with the dirt bike tire.
Mm-hmm.
Gus runs Drew and his mom into a potato truck and kills them in a head-on collision.
Mm-hmm.
Demon Zowie is then again shot by Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Gus is quadruple tapped by Chase because he shot him and he came back and shot him 3 more times. Majorie, who is the housekeeper, has face carved and stabbed by evil Renee with glass from the mirror that she broke from her vanity.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Clyde gets orally electrocuted.
Yeah.
And then Renee melts in a fire. She started as Jeff saves his dad when he finally wakes the fuck up and realizes, hey, maybe things weren't so bad before I brought mom back.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I do like this one. I think it's a fun one. I'm glad you like this more than the original because I also like this more than the original. So,
yeah, I mean, like I said, the biggest thing the original had was Baby Gage.
Only thing this movie was missing was titties.
There was titties in this movie.
Okay, yes, but they turned into a fucking dog head. All right, like.
But there were titties.
There were titties. So swallow titties.
Titties turned into hands in Night of the Demons too.
There were a lot more titties in Night of the Demons too. It wasn't just the hand titties.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
Listen, I can deal with titties grabbing my hands back when I grab titties. I can't deal with grabbing titties and looking up and seeing a demon dog head on top of titties. Like, not equal. Not equal concepts here.
I'm just saying.
Getting your face almost chewed off by an evil dog while you're having a fucking sex dream. That will ruin a wet dream.
I just didn't like that. That whole thing was just weird, and I didn't like it.
The 90s slow-mo stuff, because even like some of the fight scenes were in slow-mo, and then that whole thing like got into slow-mo. That, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, no. I don't like random weird slow-mos in my movies. What can I say?
But other than that, I think that's it for this episode, Katie.
Yeah, we talked about a lot.
You ready for what's next?
Trivia?
Well, yes, trivia is next for us. Are you ready for what's next for shit Matt made Katie watch?
Yes.
Did we decide on what that was?
Yes.
And it's going to be
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp. Another classic. And if you... So all you know is like the famous scene of like the head, right?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about what else happens in that scene?
No.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
This is going to be terrible. I'm not excited now.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So we'll get on Sleepaway Camp in a month. Before that, Trick or Trivia returns September 15th. Looks like it will be the Will Gray, Tommy, and Alexis from the Down for the Count podcast. She said as long as she's out of here by midnight, she should be good. So I'm assuming I'll double check midnight EST or CST. But if it's EST, we'll get her out of here. We'll start at 9. If it's EST or CST, then we can start regular time. So I'll get that figured out. Okay. But Katie, let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, I can do that. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13. The link tree in my bio will take you all things She Showcase, twitch.tv/She Showcase, and youtube.com/She Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at MattRidders, for your wrestling content, at Getting Off, this show for your horror content. And everywhere else, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Smackin' a Raw, where you get a little bit of everything from both of these shows across those platforms, especially TikTok. You get most of the content is either on Twitter or TikTok. So come check us out there. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter. This has been your #1 horror podcast, formerly on Pornhub.
Mm-hmm.